And we are live right here on YouTube, man. Welcome to the Real to Sports Podcast, your stop for destination for NFL game reviews and NCAA football news and updates and news from the historic HBCU. We got all this and more, ladies and gentlemen, on the Tuesday Night Delight Sports to talk about. All righty. Thank you guys for being here with us on this Tuesday night, wherever in the world you are right now. Again, this is your ultimate destination for the inside scoop on the NFL scores and depth on college football news and reviews and the exclusive HBCU news. Whether it's analysis or expert opinion, the podcast panel is ready as they are, about to dive into the exhilarating world of some football, breaking down the game like never before. So please allow me to introduce, there is two, and they are bitter enemies, like oil and water. The podcast panel. He is back, making his return. He is back. We ain't seen him. He's back for the first time. He's still Lou Garrett of the Real to Sports group. Real to Sports Podcast, all right? He's part of the Silver and Black. Wait a minute. Decommitment to what?
We're in a decommitment to excellence right now with Josh McDaniels as the head coach.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as you put him in there. Okay, I got you. But still part of the three-time Super Bowl champion, the Las Vegas Raiders. No doubt. Welcome back, Mr. Young Mark.
Hey, man, it's good to be back with you, gentlemen. I just want to take some time out to say thank you to host, Deuce, T-Rock, Philly G, everybody that showed me love last week while I was gone. I really do appreciate it. You guys don't know how much that uplifted my spirits during that difficult time. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that reached out. And the Deuce, I hope you don't think, I should say, that just because you showed me love during that time, that I'm going to come on here show love to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That ain't never gonna happen. We still hate the Steelers around here, sir.
Mark is back and always there for you, bro. Never.
Appreciate it.
I don't care where you go, man. Always there for you. The jewelry store. He is the jewelry store, man. Ah, man, the man with all the rings. He got all of them. and representing LeBron tonight. Representing the Steel City, Blitzburg, and the Terrible Towns. And boy, they was out. They were out. The 6-time Super Bowl champion, the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's always a great day to be Deuce.
Hey, man, I'm going to start this off by saying welcome back to my brother, my friend, one of my favorite sparring partners, Young Mark. Glad to have you back, brother. Glad, like the old folks say, glad to lay eyes on you.
Your word.
Now that protocol has been established, If you came on here talking about how much you love the Steelers, brother, I'd be worried about you. Okay. But I don't think you want to go down that road this week. Not only did you get beat by the Bears,
bro.
You didn't even get beat by Justin Fields-led Bears.
Word.
But we'll get into that. Always a great day. Always happy to be here, host.
Let's see it. Let's throw him up one time, baby. Yeah. Deuce is in the building. He is in the building. He got something for y'all, too. He got that HBCU coming for y'all. But we're going to start off with, we got college football. We got college football news coming from Young Mark. He is ready. Let's go, Young Mark.
On the Mark with Young Mark is brought to you by the Real to Sports Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, glad to be back with you guys again. You guys know what time it is. This is the part of the show where we kick it in a high gear and cover the latest and greatest from college football. Welcome to another edition of On the Mark. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start off with a little bit of an upset. The USC Trojans are ranked number 18 in the country. They fall at the hands of Utah. University of Utah gets Caleb Williams again. They win their game 34-32. And this is really impressive because the last time we did On the Mark, we ended the show with not a lot of defense being played. There was a lot of defense being played in this game. Utah's defense was able to withhold Caleb Williams from scoring a passing touchdown in this game. He only had one touchdown on the evening, and that was on the ground. He finished the day going 24-34 for 256 yards. This is pretty historic because he's never beaten University of Utah in his career. He's 0-3 against them. They beat them in the regular season last year, beat them in the Pac-12 championship, and then they beat them again this year. It's kind of one of those caveats to having a Lincoln Riley-led team. You're going to be prolific on offense, but you're not going to have much defense to speak of. That was the case this weekend as the defense failed to stop Utah, and Utah got the dub on a reigning Heisman Trophy winner. So I think that all but ends USC's hopes of trying to get a national championship, and we'll see how the rest of the season turns out. Moving right along to a program that did win this weekend, man. Shout out to my Cowboys, man. Shout out to Oklahoma State University, also known as Running Back University in the college ranks. The school that's giving you running backs like Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders, the modern day backs like Chris Carson, Justice Hill, and the baddest man in Pittsburgh, Jaylen Warren. We got another one on our hands, folks. Let me introduce you guys to Ollie Gordon II. This young man ran all over the West Virginia Mountaineers defense this weekend in Oklahoma State's 48-34 victory over the Mountaineers. Ollie Gordon, this is going to appease all y'all old school football fans. This young man finished the game 29 carries, 282 yards, and 4 touchdowns, all on the ground. Put some respect on Running Back University, baby. We are officially back. And I couldn't be happier. We got the America's greatest homecoming coming up this weekend when we take on Cincinnati. We turned our season around. We went from being beat by South Alabama to going on a little bit of a winning streak. So let's see if we can carry it on in the homecoming this weekend. And to wrap things up for you guys this week, normally I try to end it on like some crazy out there score. I decided to go a little bit of a different route with this edition On the Mark. Last week, when Deuce was on doing Deucing It Up, he mentioned, unfortunately, we've had yet another mass shooting at a college in America. Unfortunately, it's kind of been a recurring theme in this country. Almost a year ago to the day, on November 13th, 2022, the University of Virginia, there was a mass shooting there that took the lives of some of the players on the football team. After that shooting, the teams kind of struggled to get back on track. They were 1-5 going into this weekend, hadn't really been able to get a win, and just seemed like they were kind of stuck in a little bit of a rut trying to recover from that emotional situation. But boy, oh boy, how things turn around. This weekend, they went on the road to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and defeated the 10th ranked North Carolina Tar Heels 31-27.
Oh,
it is
damn.
the first time in the history of University of Virginia football they've gone on the road and beaten an AP top 10 ranked football team. And the most beautiful part about this game, ladies and gentlemen, earlier in the season, I told you guys about Mike Hollins. He was one of the players who was unfortunately shot in that tragic shooting. He was shot in the back. He was in the hospital for a good minute on a ventilator. He comes back to University of Virginia to continue his football career. And this weekend, in this game, in their upset win over UNC, Mr. Hollins finished the day with not one, not two, but 3 rushing touchdowns. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, I just want you to know, no matter what you're going through, like the old saying goes, trouble don't last always. If you're in a dark spot in your life, you're going through some hard times, just keep going. Even when you feel like you're tired, you feel like you have no more energy and have nothing left to give, keep going. Because at the end of the day, as long as you keep them legs moving, as long as you keep going forward, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a bounty of things out here in the world that you can still do and still accomplish. And there's a lot of happiness to be had out here. So at the end of the day, when you got that dark cloud hanging over your head, just keep going. So that's On the Mark for this week. Host, back to you.
Yes, sir.
On the Mark with Young Mark is brought to you by the Real to Sports Podcast.
Wow. Oh, Deuce.
Mark,
that's
come on, man.
Day, as always.
Jesus.
You got to come back with a bang, man.
Yeah, I see that.
Well, I will go end it.
That's
Great
good.
On the Mark. Great. Stop the violence, man. God, man, we got to stop. Why we can't have anything without somebody shooting, man. It's just the same. And then we get mad when they start taking it away from us. Because we don't know how to act. It's a celebration, man. This ain't the real Man and Man Lounge, so I ain't gonna go there. Good gracious. But again, man, appreciate Young Mark, man, with the college football news and what a way to go out. All right, man, we got the historic HBCU news coming up, man, from the HBCU expert himself, the Deuce.
Juicing it up with HBCU News, brought to you by the Real to Sports Podcast.
Appreciate you, host. Let's get right into it. I'm going to piggyback off something I talked about last week. If you remember, I came on here and I told you about Coach Eddie George and his displeasement with what happened with the fans after homecoming. After they had one of the most packed games that they had. The most packed game that they had all season, less than 1,000 seats remaining in that stadium. They turned around and kind of showed Coach George what they felt about that, and not necessarily in a good way. As the Tigers played host to an 0-8 Lincoln University, the attendance was 2,727 people.
How much?
2,000 people, host. So I just don't know what else to say. We get certain things, we get certain coaches and get things in place. And you would think it's to pack the stands and bring more revenue and money into these universities, and then we turn around and do things like this. Now, granted, I know Lincoln University has been a punching bag this season. A lot of black colleges have scheduled them for their homecomings and just for like tune-up games. They played the likes of Texas Southern. They played Southern, and now they've ended up in Tennessee playing Tennessee State. And they've been a punching bag, and no one has expected them to win. And to be honest with you, Tennessee State beat them by 54. But nevertheless, there's more than 2,000 season ticket holders that are supposed to be at those games. So that just shows me that we're not coming for what we're supposed to be coming for. And like Coach George said, that's to support all the Tennessee State student athlete football players that are there, the band, all those student athletes as well, the cheerleaders, down to the coaches. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna get off that before I get on my soapbox. There was a game that I wanted to I told you guys to watch last week, and that was Howard's homecoming over in DC. They played host to Norfolk State, and we got a good game, host. Norfolk's quarterback Otto Coons went 16 for 26, 218, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Running back Kavon King, 12 carries, 49 yards and a touchdown. Tavian Morris had a big game, 4 catches for 87 yards. And RJ Baker, he only had 2 catches for 25 yards, but one of those was in pay dirt. One of those was a touchdown. And then on the Howard side, Quentin Williams had a day, 14 for 24, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But he also had 5 carries, 42 yards, and also got in the end zone with his leg. So Quentin had a big day down in homecoming. Jared Hunter, their running back, 12 carries for 64 yards. But he also had 1 catch for 15 yards and a touchdown. And then Mr. Richie Ilbaraza, hope I pronounced that right, 5 catches, 82 yards. So Howard kind of cut up down at homecoming, but I want to fast forward to the fourth quarter. It's 2020 with 9 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the ball game. Norfolk briefly took the lead with a field goal kick going up 23-20. Howard responded by fighting through a drive where they had 4 or 5 penalties, pushing them back behind the chains, and they ended up connecting on a 15-yard go-ahead winning touchdown to give them the lead. With one more chance to win the game, Otto went down the field and ended up throwing an interception to Kenny Gallup.
Oh, damn.
And they iced the game, and they went out and partied. And I'm sure the party went on and on and on down in D.C., man. And I always got to leave y'all with one game to check out, at least one. Well, this week, we got a big game. It's the Magic City Classic down in Birmingham, Alabama. And guess what? I did this one for you, host. That's right. Alabama A&M is taking on Alabama State. This is the largest HBCU football game in the entire country. Events are starting Saturday morning at 8 a.m. with the parade. Starting off with the parade, 10 to 2. They're going to have a tailgate party. So you go in there, you do your pre-gaming, you eat, you get you some food, you get ready. And then everybody pile into the stadium at 2:30 for kickoff. A&M leads the series all time 44-40 with 3 games in it and ties. This game dates back as far as 1924 with the first meeting.
Oh, this is a serious rival. Oh,
yeah. This is as good as it gets.
Oh, yeah.
And I know y'all probably saying, well, I don't know nothing about Alabama State. I don't know nothing about Alabama A&M. Well, that's why I'm here.
There you go.
I'm sure you know these 3 names. From Alabama State, some legends include Titus Howard, my man I told y'all about, plays for the Houston Texans. He just got paid. Okay. Isaiah Crowell, big time running back. If you've been a football fan as long as I have, me and Mark's lifetime for sure, you remember Mr. Crowell.
Yeah, little fella.
And last but not least, Tavares Jackson. My man. Played up in Seattle, big time football player. Now, on the A&M side, I got names just as big, and in my opinion, maybe a little bit bigger. Right now, active player, we got Tank Dell. A lot of people might say he went to Houston. Yeah, he did for a year, but guess what? That he's an HBCU guy. Okay, he played at Alabama A&M before he transferred over to Houston, and hosts these next 2 names.
Let's get it.
The first being one of the baddest pass rushers we've ever seen. Played up there in Indianapolis. Played with number 18, Peyton Manning. Mr. Robert Mathis.
Robert Matt.
Yes, sir. Woo! Then last but not least, and I know I saved this one for last, and Mark, I see you shaking your head, so that you know exactly who I'm talking about. Mr. John Stallworth, who wore this very same jersey that I'm wearing today, came out of the SWAC, came out of Alabama A&M. So
I had a feeling he's going Pittsburgh.
Big time ball players, man, come out the SWAC. That's all I'm trying to say. Champions have come out of the SWAC. That's all I'm trying to say, man. And I remember Mark saying something about the greatest homecoming the best homecoming in America or something like that. Well, you can have the best one in America in Stillwater. But if you want to go to the greatest homecoming on Earth, on the planet Earth, that's where at, host? Where they have that at?
Oh, I got you. Huh?
My bad.
No.
They have that one right over in Greensboro, North
Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
North
man. Shout out to Aggie Land.
Yes, sir. So I don't want nobody to mistake that homecoming down in Stillwater for the greatest homecoming on Earth at an HBCU campus. And that's all I got, host. I appreciate you.
All right. Greensboro, baby. Greensboro, baby. Oh, no doubt. Deuce, we're deucing it up right here on the Real Sports Podcast.
Deucing it up with HBCU News, brought to you by the Real to Sports Podcast.
All right. I had a feeling Deuce is gonna go Pittsburgh, man.
I like how he mentioned all these champions that came from the SWAC. It made no mention of the late great Willie Brown. Like Willie Brown's a Raider legend that went to school with Grambling.
Yes, but I'm not talking about my Tigers right now. Okay, I was on those boys over in Alabama, but I got you.
For the record, ladies and gentlemen, the Oklahoma State University calls it America's greatest homecoming. But to be real, I've worked at A&T for a couple of years. We ain't got nothing on HBCU homecoming. I mean, it's 2023, and the headlining artist in Stillwater next weekend is Rich Homie Quan. So, yeah, that tells you.
Our Rich Homie Quan, though, right? Shout out to shout out my boy Rich.
Type away.
Rich Homie.
I wish it was.
Trying to give my man a check, bro.
We're here for him, man. What's up, Rich Homie? Rich Homie probably watching right now. What's up, Rich Homie? All right, man. I'm telling you, man, we got the historic HBCU news. We had the NCAA news. Now. Let's get to these scores and game reviews. Oh, let me go on the live chat real quick here. Philly G. I popped when my face came up. Philly G. I was happy for them. The Tiger back.
Oh, here you go.
We back. We're back. Oh, no doubt, Sojo.
Hey, Sojo. G-Ho ain't nothing but the truth,
here, brother.
Sojo. Sojo, somebody looking for you, Sojo.
Got some explaining to do.
You got some explaining to do. Old man Willie, facts. He was.
Yeah, boy. Talk about it, Philly G.
Boy, that dude take like 8 minutes to score a touchdown. He used to get them. He's still our team leader in interceptions. Ain't that something? It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Product
of the SWAC.
Yes, sir.
Bad man. Bad brother.
We got a little dirt this weekend. Okay.
Yeah, they got a star-studded lineup for homecoming.
Damn, them boys getting paid too, boy.
Yeah,
man.
I think that's November 4th, huh, Sojo? If I'm not mistaken.
November 4th.
Yeah.
I've seen them have the Migos, 2 Chainz, Yo Gotti, and CMG.
They got home runs.
They always do it up, man. That concert is a lovely experience.
I know some of them. I know the 2 Chainz. I know 2 Chainz. I don't know the other guy. Look.
hey, host, it's okay, man.
I'm out of the loop, bro.
we all it's okay. It's easy to go to the concert and not be focused on the music. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the truth?
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, Sojo. Hey, somebody looking for you. Sojo. He said
it's not me.
Yeah, he said he want to see you, Sojo, Saturday. Right here on the Real Sports Podcast. But he want to see you Saturday. He wants to see you, Brad. So make sure. What's Sojo say? Oh, Philly G. I'm mad at Miss Philly G. I wanted to go, but we saw Dirk at Dreamville. Okay, school me in.
Yeah, yeah. Dreamville is a huge
Dreamville Fest.
music festival that
Oh, really?
J. Cole holds in Raleigh every summer.
Oh, okay. J. Cole. Hey, J.
They
Cole can
do.
ball, man.
Well, they do buku business for the area when they come through, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yo, J. Cole can ball, yo.
Yeah, you can hoop a little bit.
Oh, man. A little bit, man. That dude nice. I mean, J. Cole, he got some game, though.
Hey, you already know when you're a rapper and you play good basketball, you already know what franchise you come see about.
You know it, baby.
Charlotte Hornets, baby.
No, that's right. No, that's right.
Hey,
Chris
it's a
Brown
big
came
game.
too.
I let it slide.
All right, man. Let's get to these scores. Let me run on to. I can't do it like Chris Berman, 3 minutes, but I try. Oh boy! Of course, you know last Thursday night game, man. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeated the New Orleans Saints 31-24. The Baltimore Ravens, they beat the brakes off the Detroit Lions 38-6. Boy, my Las Vegas Raiders.
Go ahead and skip the host. Go ahead and skip
bro.
it,
The Chicago Bears, hey, they got the job done with rookie quarterback, man. They get the job done as they defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 30-12. My goodness. Somebody help. The Cleveland Browns, they defeat the Indianapolis Colts 39-38 in a close one. The New England Patriots, they defeat the Buffalo Bills, surprisingly, in the AFC East Division game, 29-25. The New York Giants, they get an NFC East Division win as they defeat the Washington Commanders, 14-7. The Atlanta Falcons, they get an NFC South Division win as they defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 16-13. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they went to LA and they defeated the Los Angeles Rams 24.
Controversially, like they always do.
Here we go.
It's always some controversy with y'all, man.
Whatever, man. Yeah, like the BS offsides call on TJ, which would even end the game earlier, but whatever.
Yeah, that was crazy. I watched a little bit of that game. That was, we're going to get, that crowd was insane. That crowd was just straight
You
Pittsburgh.
don't play away games.
Yeah, that crowd was just straight
17 game
Pittsburgh,
home season.
bro.
17 home game season.
You ain't lying, boy. You would think Pittsburgh was at home. I was like, they were going crazy. They was going crazy. The Seattle Seahawks, they get a win, the NFC West Division win to beat the Arizona Cardinals 20-10. What happened to my computer? 20-10. 20-10. The Denver Broncos, they defeat the Green Bay Packers 19-17. And Kansas City, I'm not going to say that. They beat the Chargers 31-17. Now, get down to the Sunday night review here. The Sunday night review. We had the Philadelphia Eagles. They played the Miami Dolphins, and the Eagles came out on top 31-17. Young Mark, give us the reviews of this game, brother.
That damn brotherly shove, man. It's the most unstoppable play in all of professional sports at this point. It bailed them out time and time again. I give credit where credit is due. Philadelphia definitely patrolled the line of scrimmage. They got physical with Miami and was able to subdue them, especially considering this offense put up 70 points not too long ago. So respect to Philadelphia. Like I said, I give credit where credit is due. But damn, that brotherly shove is unstoppable, man. It don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, Chubb, I said Chubb. Chubb was getting in, bro. Chubb was getting in. The Deuce.
Yeah, only thing I disagree with Mark is saying is I I can't remember how you said it, but basically they bailed him out, I think is what you said. But I don't know if it's that as much as they're scheming it into their system now. Now it's not a get out of jail free card. It's like if we can manage, to run the ball and 3 yards every play, then we're fine, because we're going to come back on 4th down. We're going to run the brotherly shove. Nobody's going to stop him. We're going to give ourselves a fresh set of downs.
The brotherly shove. That's what they call it?
Yeah.
That's
the
trademark.
Yeah.
That's catchy. That's real catchy.
So, even when, they sent out their punt team, and I'm sure Jalen went to the sideline and was like, hey, bro, it's literally 2 yards. Like, why are we coming off the field? And they send them back on, and they go back out. They run the brotherly shove, and sure enough, he runs for 3 yards and keeps the ball game going. I got to piggyback off of my man Street in his absence, though. I think this is one of the things he's been saying about Miami is waiting to get a team that can slow them down, a team that can play defense up front and make them play physically. And when the game starts to slow down, how do they play? And that's kind of what happened to them in this game. Somebody was just flat out stronger than them up front. The likes of Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, and Jordan Davis, and Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat. All those guys had phenomenal games. You know what I mean? I think the biggest thing I took out of this one, though, is the emergence of Eli Ricks. For that young man to not be the fastest kid in the world, and definitely not nearly as fast as Tyreek Hill, and to take that assignment as a rookie, probably one of the hardest assignments in all of football, and make big plays when it mattered. I think down in the 4th quarter, he made a pass breakup on Tyreek to kind of seal the game for them. That's phenomenal. So shout out to him, and it's really helpful for the Eagles because they've been very bad in defending the pass all season. So
true, very true, very true. That's a real tough assignment, Deuce, because I'm pretty sure he had a couple of oxygen tanks behind him.
I'm sure
sitting down, bro.
I'm sure.
But man, how excuse me, how fast is Tyreek Hill? Jesus, man. I mean, the dude, man, he threw. Oh my God, bro. He Tua threw the ball, and I thought it looked like when he left his hand, it looked like he just overthrew it. But man, he's so fast. He just got up under it.
He was so fast it cost him a touchdown.
God, that's what I'm saying. That dude is
his feet were moving faster than his arms could tuck that ball, and he needed it right out of his own hands.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That is crazy. Game is still won in the trenches.
Yeah.
As you said, this is why I've been saying play Ricks. He's better than Roby. Yeah.
And then he's a bigger receiver. Bigger corner than Roby is as well.
Yeah, you need something. Yeah. That's very, very true. But man, good Lord. I didn't know that was called the brotherly shove. That is so catchy.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
That is the most unstoppable play right now. Yeah. You cannot stop Philly with that. That is, they can win a Super Bowl with that play.
My only curiosity though is Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson are getting up there in age, so I'm kind of curious to see if they can continue to run that play at a very highly successful rate. When they don't have those two on the field.
Right.
It's definitely hard to stop unless you're like Fred Warner, jumping over the center or something. I don't know how else you're gonna stop it.
Man, Jalen's strong dude himself too.
That's just exactly what I was about to say. When
your
quarterback squats more than some of your offensive defensive linemen, all they got to do is move forward, and he'll handle the rest.
Yeah, how many? Man, they did it like 5 times. It's like you cannot stop it. You just can't stop it, and they get so low, it's like they about to do push-ups.
It's rugby. Is what it turns into for that one play. It's just straight up rugby.
I never seen nothing like it. That is like the most unstoppable play. And also, I want to get at is Philly defensive line is just giants. No pun intended. They're huge. Pause. They're huge.
Every time I watch them play, I legit just want to go to Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler and be like, what the hell were you thinking passing on Jalen Carter? Or just why?
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, bro. I say, oh, what you said, Jalen Carter? What is he like 6'6"?
Big son of a gun. I know that much. It's literally like between him and Jordan Davis. I kid
Jordan
you not.
Davis, yeah. And then they made Hassan Reddick look like a little fella.
And he ain't no slouch either. But it's literally like, to compare it, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost like if you took William the Refrigerator Perry and gave him like Ed Reed's athleticism, man. It's unnatural at this point.
Man, Philly got a serious defensive line, bro. That's a lot of meat on the table.
There's some
pause.
There's some big fellas, man. And what I love about all of it is before Fletcher Cox got out of there, you know, they're able to bring those two young cats in and have them learn from a true professional in Fletcher, you know. And so, like, for example, you know, you would think Jalen would be starting. He's getting limited snaps right now because he's not playing in front of those other two guys.
Absolutely.
So, you know, as you wear down and get into those week 15s, week 16s, when it's time for, you know, Fletcher to maybe take Tuesday and Wednesday off in practice, you know, here comes a fresh Jalen Carter, you know, at all of 24, 25 years old, ready to roll.
Ready to roll, dude. They are like humongous. They're gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
they're gonna.
And also, just to give Philadelphia even more credit, I think this is a situation where they actually deserve their flowers. Notice how like before the draft and during the draft process, all you heard was about Jalen Carter's like off the field issues. You ain't heard a peep from him in Philadelphia outside of plays on the football field. I think that's a testament, like Deuce said, to Fletcher Cox and the leaders in that locker room and just that stability in that organization to be able to do something like that. So shout out to them, and I hope they keep it up with them.
Word, man. Because boy, man, them guys really start getting their motors running and stuff, man. They're gonna be a force to reckon with, boy.
And then Brandon Graham's still on that team.
Brandon Graham?
You know, he doesn't play many snaps either, but you know, you got that veteran presence and he's been there. You know, he's a guy that's played in those big games. You always available to go to him when you know, in crunch time.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, boy. Philly, I'm telling you, man, Philly, use it wisely. Use it wisely, bro. Use it wisely. I'm telling you. Use it wisely. All right, next game, man. We got a Monday night game. Ooh. Boy, he been singing his praises the whole day in the Real Sports group. It was between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. And the Vikings come on top 22-17 in a major upset here. The Deuce, what you got? Before the Deuce get going, I got a special request out to Deuce from the dog. The dog said, you didn't believe, and he said he didn't believe, you don't believe in my team, but what happened to you against the 49ers?
Yeah. So and host, I'm kind of happy that you got me before I got it started, because I was about to come on here and sing praises to the Vikings and partially not believe everything that I was going to say. So I'm thank you for allowing me to tell you how I really feel. First of all, I'm gonna start off on the positive. Kirk Cousins played phenomenal.
He did.
There's been times where I've seen Kirk Cousins and he's come on that field and it has been his fault that they lost.
Yeah.
This one, I'll say 75% of it, 80% of it is the reason that they won this football game.
Yeah.
He only turned the ball over once, and it was on the very first series.
Yeah.
After that, he came out and played a masterful game. Jordan Addison had a phenomenal game.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Hawkinson, he had his own fair share. He had 11 catches. And even when Jordan Addison went out with those cramps, you know, and Justin Jefferson being out, they're trying to figure out who to go to. And here comes some kid named Brandon Powell, you know, and that's something that is Tom Brady
Number 4,
is.
right? What, number 4? Yeah.
It's Tom Brady is to where, when your best guys go down, or you have guys that not many people know of, you make them that much better, and that's what Kirk Cousins did last night.
Good point.
It's just straight up, and shout out to Cam Akers as well. He didn't, break the world, or he finally looked good though.
Yeah, he ran the ball.
He finally looked like he was going forward, falling forward for yards. Didn't look like a deer in headlights. So good for them. The only problem with this is Deebo Samuels was hurt. Trent Williams was hurt.
Trent was hurt. Yeah. He got hurt against Cleveland.
McCaffrey played hurt, but he played nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
And Minnesota played the best football game that they played all season and won by 5 points.
That's a shot back, huh? That's a shot
played the
back.
Best game you're going to play all year. Kirk almost threw for 400
yards. They didn't have Jefferson.
I hear you. I feel that, and that's a big loss. They played the best game that they're going to play this year, and they won by 5 points.
Right back at you, then, Q-Dog.
I'm just saying.
They're like you shot one, he shot it back.
I'm just saying, And Brock Purdy finally looked human. I know I just talked all about Minnesota, but Brock finally looked human. He finally looked like a young quarterback.
He did.
Those 2 interceptions that he threw were just ones you can't
God
make.
Awful.
They were just bad.
Yeah.
But it showed that they didn't have their number one receiver. It showed that Deebo wasn't even on the field. I know Deebo hasn't had the production that he would like to this season so far, but his presence on the field makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Just seeing 19 on that side of the field.
Absolutely.
You got to respect him. So
absolutely,
I did see that, but I see the president down there smiling. So I'm gonna turn it over to him.
But before Mark get going, man, Jennings, man, and Ayuk, they tried. They hung in there, especially Jennings. He making some big catches.
Ayuk went missing in the second half. Those 57 yards he had all in the first half.
Yes, bro.
And it's not like they changed their coverage much. They play that off coverage. That's why I think Deebo would have been even more of a problem. Those bubble screens, those swing passes, and that kid's a running back when he's got the ball in his hands.
Minnesota plays zone.
Good luck trying to tackle him. And they blitz 60% of the time.
57.
Flo is super aggressive. So I mean,
Flo getting in there. That's his main objective, is to get that quarterback. Just like Wink Martindale, the same way. Them old school. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh man, I just want to say, man, shout out to the OG, shout out to Q-Dog for that beautiful shot across the bow with Deuce. I couldn't have done it better myself. Man,
you're right. You're right.
Anytime somebody takes a well-timed and well-aimed shot at the Steelers, they all right with me. I appreciate you, Q-Dog. But this game, man, was pretty darn interesting for multiple reasons. I kept waiting for the Kirk Cousins primetime moment to happen, and it didn't happen. So shout out to him. Like Deuce said, he played a relatively clean game. And the Vikings did what they needed to do. They got Jordan Addison the ball and just let him go to work. He had a straight bully touchdown at the end of the first half, and he just ripped it out of my man's arms and just took it to the house. Crazy. It was reminiscent of my beloved Raiders back when they played all to win, and they said they robbed them of their gold. That's what that made me think of right there.
Take that
but yeah, man, that game was pretty interesting. And on the San Francisco side, like Deuce said, Christian McCaffrey was playing hurt. He didn't really have as big of an impact on that game. I think he would have if he was healthy. And despite not having Deebo, I think the real travesty is, you don't have Deebo Samuel out there in the field, but you still got Brandon Ayuk, you still got Jennings, and you still got George Kittle. I'm trying to figure out why they didn't get them more involved and try to feed them the ball or make some plays happen during that game. And also, I think, I know he's a rookie and I know he's in his first year, but that kicker has missed some pretty crucial kicks in back-to-back weeks, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they might consider bringing in another veteran to mentor him or to push him, but if you're going to be a kicker in the NFL, man, that's low-key one of the most important positions on the field. you got to be able to come through and put it between the uprights when your team needs it. I mean, ask Baltimore, the quality of having a good kicker and a not so good kicker.
Absolutely.
But just to wrap things up here, man, I find it funny how dudes try to downplay the Vikings win. San Francisco wasn't at full strength. They're missing, some of their best players and all that good stuff. San Francisco went to Pittsburgh earlier in the season, fully healthy, and played against a defense that is much better than the Minnesota Vikings have. You sacked Brock Purdy like 4 times, and they still kicked y'all ass. So, you ain't got no room to talk, my boy.
You're right. But a broken clock is right twice a day.
Twice.
And what I mean by that is, like I said, they played the best game that they're going to play all year, Mark.
The Vikings?
Yeah. They played the best game that they're going to play. That defense played the best game that they've played all season. So let's just say they play each other again.
Okay.
Are you expecting this same result?
No,
absolutely not.
No.
You can't even convince yourself in any way, shape, or form to tell me that the Vikings are going to beat them or that they are a better ball club than San Francisco.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I feel the same way about, week 3 and what went down there. So I understand.
Hey.
I don't think the better ball club won that week, but
Hey, bro, you lost to the Bears.
You know what? Know what? And it's okay. It's okay. The Bears have had our number the past couple of years, so it's all good. I mean, they always catch us when we're at our weakest. They caught us the week after Henry Ruggs last,
they did.
A couple years ago,
right after Henry Ruggs,
and then they caught us with the worst head coach in the modern day NFL. So I mean, it happens,
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying those words. It happens. If I'm a 49ers fan, I think
it don't happen to you.
Even
you know nothing about my pain, sir.
No, I don't. I can't relate. But Fred Warner walking off the field last night, he kind of just shook his head like, we're good. Like, I don't think anyone in San Francisco is holding their head. I don't think Sojo is upset because he lost to the Minnesota Vikings in Brock Purdy's first ever Monday night game. I don't think anybody that's a 49ers fan is upset. I just believe that Minnesota knew who was coming to town. They hadn't won at home all year.
Minnesota had a game plan.
They're 1-3 at home, and they came out and they had to have a win. And I think that they got it. I don't mean to take anything away from them because they played their tails off.
They did.
But at the end of the day, I don't believe if they lined up and played this game again today, I would still roll with San Francisco. I get what you're saying. San Francisco is, they for the past 10 years they've been on one. From Alex Smith to Cap to Garoppolo. Hey, slipped up.
They had some lean years a little bit. Yeah, in between Cap and Garoppolo.
Yeah, but most of the time, even not 90s, because I mean 80s. They was dominant 80s. They was still good in the 90s, 2000s. They still linger around. I mean, they went to 3 Super Bowls or 2
in the 2000s.
Yeah, this millennium. Okay.
If you want to count this millennium, they went to 2. They lost both of them. They went to 2.
Right. Cap went to 1 and then Garoppolo went to 1, right? Yeah. So they always been successful. I'm with Deuce though. I don't think this loss is just gonna worry about now they can worry they lost 2 in a row. So now you're kind of like, okay, now we need to tighten up. Can
you say that though? I mean, because say what you want, but I don't. Me personally, I don't consider the Cleveland loss to be like a devastating. We lost that game. They lost that game because of the kicker.
Yeah, that's true. But they lost.
Chip shot field goal.
Yeah, but they lost. They're 5-2, so it's kind of like, okay, now I just want to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, if anything, the Minnesota game will make me want to tighten up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel on top of after losing to Cleveland, especially not the way that they did.
And you got to get that kicker some confidence because his confidence is. is low. Got to get that kicker some gun. But I agree with Deuce. I ain't worried about losing to the Vikings like that. I don't think it's like a panic button type thing. But the Vikings, they came in with a plan.
They came to play.
They came to play.
Some days,
they was not going to get embarrassed at home.
We're tired of getting beat at home. We're tired of, because you've seen how they go into the locker room. It's all kinds of fans right up in there, on their way to the locker room. Imagine all the things you hear when you lose 3 games at home. You know what I'm saying? All the moaning and groaning and all the, as a head coach and as a star player, hearing all that junk. I'm sure you get tired of it, so they came out, they played ball. They punched San Fran in the mouth very early. They protected Kirk. I think that was very impressive too.
They had no sacks.
They didn't give up a sack against that phenomenal defensive line. Bosa didn't touch him. Armstead didn't touch him. Javon Hargrave didn't touch him. Dre Greenlaw didn't touch him. Fred Warner, nobody got a good clean shot on Kirk. And when you do that,
these are the same guys that put the work on Dak Prescott.
No, dude, that's the same. That's the same guys that came up to Pittsburgh week 1 and had Kenny looking like he had never seen a football.
It was a beautiful game, wasn't it? Oh, that was so beautiful. Oh man, that was beautiful.
But leave it up to the Raiders to get us back on track.
You ain't kidding, bro. We bad. Hey, who's that guy?
Dudes, like I told you after week 3, man, the last time y'all went on the road and beat the Raiders, you got on track already. You went all the way to the Super Bowl. So I hope that momentous, once in a lifetime win propels y'all as far as you can. I really hope that.
Kenny's 2-0. That's all I got to say. 2-0 against you.
No, he's 2-0. Hold on, man. Hold on. If you gonna talk about this, tell it the correct way.
We're 2-0.
He's 2-0, not against the Raiders. He's 2-0 against Josh McDumbass.
No.
Hold up, dog. In both of those games, Josh McDaniels sold the game for the Raiders. The game plan was horrific.
Pause right there. For who? Who did he sell it for, Mark? You just said it.
He sold it for the team he coaches right now.
The Raiders, okay? That the silver and black, the autumn wind, the commitment to excellence. Yeah, those guys. That's who he sold it for, and that's who we beat.
And that's further proof why Josh McDaniels needs to be fired, because how do you lose back-to-back games against the Steelers in back-to-back years?
I hope he continues to have a marvelous career in Oakland.
We don't even play in Oakland.
I hope this is his last year.
Y'all was beating us when you were in Oakland.
I hope this is his last year. I want it, man. Me personally, get Patrick Graham. Take him too. Get him out of here. Get him way out of here. Sucks. Y'all already know who I want my head coach. Did I say it on the show? Did I say it?
Say it again, host.
Two people. I would hope. Jim Harbaugh and Steve Wilkes.
You might get your wish with Coach Harbaugh, because I didn't get a chance to cover it on the mark, but Michigan is in some deep water with the NCAA right now for sign stealing.
Yes,
so I think Harbaugh might be, no pun intended, chucking up the deuce at the end of the season. So it's a good chance. But anybody but Josh McDaniels.
Anybody, man. Because it just ain't working out, bro.
I mean, cause Deuce brings it up, and it's very potent in what he's saying. We lost to the Bears.
The Bears.
To an undrafted Division II quarterback. All the respect in the world, he's undefeated as an NFL starter. He's got more touchdowns in the league than I do.
Yeah.
But when you looked at that game, the Raiders looked deflated from the opening kickoff, man. Like, there is no leadership in that building. Nobody's getting these guys motivated and ready to go. We have an offensive-minded head coach who can't scheme to save his life.
No.
Force feeding Devontae isn't working. And then you put in Brian Hoyer, who hasn't won a game since I was still in high school. This man has not won an NFL game in a good long while.
Yeah. Like
2013, 2016, something like that.
Yeah.
And this is his handpicked guy. This is Josh McDaniels wanted to bring in to replace Derek Carr. Man.
Get him the hell out of here.
I've been in some hard times as a Raiders fan, But what really angers me about this, 2 years ago we were in the playoffs. I wasn't as fully aware of football when this when this happened to us after we lost in the Super Bowl and we went on that long loser streak. This is bad, and Mark Davis really needs to be held accountable for this crap. Because I understand you had to fire John Gruden. I get it, PR, but you replace him with a guy who jolted the Colts at the altar, and I know they're probably looking back like, thank God he gave us the cold shoulder. Why can't this negativity just leave Las Vegas and leave the Raiders and just go to Pittsburgh? Why can't they go through football hell for a decade or two?
Because we don't, and right now it's kind of biting us too. But we don't go outside the organization. All of our guys are homegrown. They come off the staff in some way, shape, or form. We've had former players coach for us. We just don't do that, and that's partially why I'm mad that Matt Canada's still here, because we're probably going to get a guy from inside, and I kind of want Byron Leftwich. I want a guy who's played quarterback. I want a guy who's been offensive coordinator for the greatest quarterback we've ever seen.
Was y'all quarterback for like a year or two, maybe 3?
He played for us for a little while.
Yeah, you know the system. Yeah, that'll be big.
So, he knows Pittsburgh. He knows the steal away. He knows he has to turn around and hand the ball off.
But Canada did good against the Rams, bro.
He did all right.
Yeah.
No. Tell it like it is, host. Tell it like it is.
What you mean?
Jaylen Warren and George Pickens did all right in that game.
Yeah, Pickens.
I give absolutely no credit to Canada for that.
Well, you see the trash talking he was doing? Ooh, and Johnson?
He's got to turn it down.
Yeah, he got to bring it down,
just
bro.
Just a smidge, man, because he cost us on the opening drive. Deontay had the first catch back, big play, gets us down in the red zone. And here comes, George doing something stupid and it negates the long play. And now we got to kick a field goal. That's 7 points you took off the board, because I believe when we get inside the 10-yard line, we got 2 running backs that can put the ball in the end zone.
Yes, sir.
You got one.
We got 2. We got 2. Najee scored 2. He's a Cali boy. He played well.
Najee was on one too.
Yeah. And all the tight ends we got Darnell, we got Pat Freiermuth, we got Connor Hayward.
Yeah, I like Freiermuth.
We got all those cats who come in and block, and they're big targets in the red zone. But what do I know?
I like Freiermuth though. But Pickens,
I need him to get healthy.
Pickens got to tone it down, man. You got to tone it down. But Tomlin, that's why you gotta. I know Mark, but you gotta respect that man right there, Mike Tomlin.
I'll never speak ill of Coach Tomlin.
Man, that dude.
If there's any Steeler I will forever respect, it's him.
That dude
he's the only person in the organization who's free from catching any fire from me.
Yeah, bro. That dude, man. And I like how he was just calm, cool, collected, talk to him.
It's beautiful to see him work, man. Like,
exactly, bro.
Because I know me personally, I'd get frustrated. I truly would, especially when it starts to hurt the team, and it's you can visibly see it. I understand passion, but also understand throwing fits. And sometimes it look like George is throwing a fit, and I hate a grown man that's a diva and just whining, and it would piss me off.
That's all y'all produce up there. Yeah. Lynn Swan was a diva. Mike Wallace was a diva.
Mike wasn't
became a diva.
Mike was not a diva.
You had the biggest diva in the history of professional sports in Antonio Brown. So thanks a lot for that, Deuce.
I would say third.
Third.
Yeah.
Who had worse off the field antics than Antonio Brown?
Chad and T.O. were up there with the foolishness too now.
Antonio Brown called the GM of the Raiders the C word.
Yeah.
The man refused to play over a damn helmet.
You're talking about, you said off the field. I'll give you off the field. But I'm talking about antics just on the field and just visibly showing that they're, pissed off when they don't get their way. That's being a diva. Yeah, and those two guys, they played their tails off, and AB did. I think the only problem is it eventually got bigger than his play.
Pickens, you ain't got enough. You ain't got enough rep yet to be
Not
doing
yet.
all that.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you're 4-2. You got a winning record right now, but again, no, not right now.
Like AB was a model citizen until he got paid.
AB was the best wide receiver in the game. He was the best wide receiver in the game, bro. Like,
he was at a measly 5'9", 5'10".
I don't know, man. Michael Crabtree was a beast too out there in Oakland. I'm just saying.
He wasn't
over Antonio Brown.
I get it.
Yeah.
Take the look. If it was just a black and white picture and you saw them, just ignore the yellow. You would come on now.
I would still pick Crab. Crab had the hands and the toe drag swag.
I hardly see Antonio Brown drop the ball. I hardly see Antonio Brown drop a ball.
All Antonio Brown did was just go on a slant route, man.
Yeah, but he was good.
All right, host, let's get to something else, man.
You want to go to something else?
Yeah, I can't do this with Mark.
Hey, dude, you know you miss me, man.
I can't do this with Mark.
But that's all the reviews from Sunday night game and Monday night game. Now we're gonna figure out here who is Week 7 King of Prediction.
Yeah, no, I had a rough week.
Let's see here. What a lot chat. The power of positivity. Due to the game. What's up,
Ball So Hard University.
Ball So Hard University.
They did honor my boy this weekend, huh?
Word.
One of my favorite Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner. I ain't gonna even drag this thing out long. The winner of Week 7 and the new King of Prediction champion is. I'll just go ahead. Wall Street.
Congratulations, Street.
About time, Street.
Wall Street edged it out. He edged it out, and he is the Week 7 all by his lonesome. He is the Week 7 King of Prediction champion. Shout out to Streets. Put on your gold, sir. Put on your gold. Wall Street, you the champ, baby. To go by the records real quick here, man. Bringing up the rear. Oh, my goodness. Everybody did bad.
This was not the week to make picks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is not it. Bringing up the rear was Q-Dog. The dog went 4-8.
Q don't care. The one he got right.
No matter. He had that one.
The one he got right.
He got that one, boy. I do not care, bro.
I don't even want to talk to Q dog. I ain't gonna lie.
And it is a 3-way tie after that. Philly G, Deuce, and Miss Jones. Miss Jones, man. All three of y'all went 5-7. 5-7. He was one game. Street won 6. He went 6-6. 6-6. So Street one game, but nobody did good.
I barely won mine last week with 11 wins.
11.
And Street walks in here, goes 6-6, and is a unanimous champion. That's that's that Jerry Jones, boy. That's just politics.
Hey, going 500 is what they do.
Word.
Ain't Nate, baby.
Ain't Nate. Jason Garrett. Them some Jason Garrett years, isn't it?
8-8. Yep. My whole life they've been 8-8, and I love it. I love it.
Oh man, we gotta at the end of the show, but before we go, man, we got the quick pick for Thursday night game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Buffalo Bills. Let's start with former champ, the Deuce.
Not you, Mark. This is actually kind of tough for me. The Bills leaked oil last week. And I hate to say it, but Baker's been playing pretty well. But he'll find a way to mess it up. Give me the Bills.
He'll find a way. All right. Buffalo for the deuce. Young Mark.
Let the record show nobody has picked more games correctly in a single week of this program than myself. So you want to talk about the king of predictions right here.
You had 2 more games, bro.
In last year, before this was an official title, I won more weeks than I lost. So technically,
that's like the Green Bay Packers having the most NFL. No one cares.
NFL title, right?
No one cares.
You're right, Deuce.
I usually am when you listen.
Okay. Anywho, get into the pick. Man, I wish they played Pittsburgh this year so I could really have something to celebrate. You know where I'm going, man. Gotta roll my man Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Baker Buccaneers. I think they're gonna correct the mistakes they had last week. They barely lost that game. Tell you the truth, I think they get the offense back going and take advantage of that injured Bills defense.
So you going with Tampa?
Tampa Baker.
Tampa Baker? I mean,
Yep.
You sure?
He rolled the people that brought you to the dance, Toast.
Okay. What do you see in that real quick? What do you see?
Him and Mike Evans got a connection we established on Sunday.
Yeah.
And once they get that going, if they can just get a little bit more consistent in the running game and limit some of the offensive penalties, they'll be in the game. Because outside of the Detroit game, they really haven't had a bad game this season. They're putting up points, they're getting in the end zone, they're protecting the football. So they keep doing those things. Who knows? I mean, hell, the Vikings just beat the 49ers, so why not?
Yeah, it's true on that. All right, so that's the quick pick, man. Young Mark is going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Deuce is rolling with the Bills Mafia of Buffalo. All right, the quick picks are in, and of course, we are at the end of the show, and that's our show for the day, man. As always, man, we want to thank you guys for watching another episode of Sports to Talk About, man. Please show some love, man, to the awesome podcast panel of Deuce and Young Mark, and hit that thumbs up, man. Hit that thumbs up for him, man. Why not be a spectator? Why not be a spectator, man? When you can be part of the action right here. You can sit with these guys right here and talk some football, man. So if you want to be on the show, send me an email at riversportspodcast@gmail.com, man. Be part of the action, join that R2 brand, and also hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications, man. Follow us on Twitter and follow us on Facebook, man. The Sports Group. All right, man. Good to have Young Mark back. He is back, man. It's good to have him back. Lou Gehrig back on his street now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Take us out, Young Mark.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for being here. Once again, shout out to everybody in the Real Sports Group for showing me and my family some love this past week. We really do appreciate it. Come on back Saturday. We got more good stuff for you guys. We're going to pick all the games from the upcoming NFL week and have a good time like we always do. And plus, you want to see Q-Dog going to the victory lap, so come on back.
We definitely want to see Q come on back, man. The dog will be back in the building. And also, we will be back. Man. We'll be hitting.
Go ahead, host. Drop a diss track on the Steelers.
Drop a diss. No, I got love for the Steelers, man. All right, man. We will be back live this Saturday with more NFL content. As yours truly, man, the Real Sports Podcast panel. We share their expert picks for week 8. Week 8, man. So join us live right here on YouTube Saturday at 1 p.m. Until then, everybody around the world, we got the Deuce. Yes, sir. and Young Mark. And everybody around the world, man, y'all know how it is. Y'all know how I do, man. Everybody, believe in your team. Most importantly, believe in yourself. And everybody around the world, man, be safe and stay safe. We out.